Nigel, a 2-0 loss here. What's your immediate assessment?
Well, disappointment more than anything, especially in the first half performance. Not ideal losing two players through injury. It took me back to times last season when we were used, I think, or the season before, 3 subs before half-time and things. You set up in a certain way and that you're waiting for the game to settle down. You lose a centre-half and then you lose your Luke Bolton, 2 very good players. And you've got to use two options straight away, opportunities. So not ideal, and then conceding the goal in the way that we did in just the sort of area that Jamie McDonald would have been. But still, no excuse. Lewis Reed and George Maris should do better in that position. When the ball's nodded down, it's a second ball, and they have to be there somewhere near it.
Let's speak about the 2 players then that had to go off in the first half. The first after 8 minutes, Bailey Cargill leaving the field of play. What's the situation there?
Hamstring, some sort, not sure the severity of it yet.
And then later on in the contest, Luke Bolton going off.
Yeah, he just I think he's overstretched or slipped almost right in the corner flag up the top end there. Once again, not sure yet how serious it is.
Roberts going off, Bolton going off, Tyler Roberts coming on, making his debut for the Stags midway through the first half, and he was very impressive today.
I thought it was absolutely fantastic for every single minute from the first minute he came on. Biggest boost and highlight of the day for us. We've seen in training that he can play, and we've seen him over the years, but to see him at first hand today, some of his awareness and his touch and everything. Andy Garner said, last sort of 5-10 minutes when he come off, we haven't had anybody like that for some time, who's that good to that degree. First game for 4 months, we wanted him to get 30 minutes today, maybe 45 tops. He ended up playing over 50, and then you're just running a big risk of injury late on, despite us desperate to get a goal. It wasn't worth it at the 2-0 scoreline.
Stags had a good chance to level the contest here on 35 when Stephen McLaughlin put that delightful free kick in, and Ryan Sweeney's header tipped onto the bar by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was a good situation and a good opportunity. I think a yard either side or heads it down slightly, and it's in. And it was that sort of day. Every little decision or whatever, loose ball, everything went against us, but we didn't do enough to deserve it the other way. That's the frustrating part today. I thought if we'd have started the game better, we've been good in training again this week, coming off good performances recently in the league, 10 points out of 12, and we started tentatively, and that's what I don't understand.
1-0 down at the break, and you brought Ryan Sweeney off, who had come on earlier in the contest. What was the reasoning there?
Well, he's on a yellow card, and if we lose him, having lost Bailey as well, there's our 2 left-hand centre-halves. Deji's still not back. Jordan's less likely to get booked with his pace, so it's purely precautionary, thinking ahead for next week. It was ideal to move Fraser in. He's left centre-half anyway. Moved Macca back 1, and we changed shape, got Will wide, brought Max Dickoff on as well. Toss up between him and Joe Gardner today, who came on, and we controlled the game from there. I thought we started the second half really well, had a good opportunity, very close to getting an equaliser, and then the contentious penalty at the other end.
Yeah, what did you make of the penalty?
We thought straight away he got the ball. Fourth official was saying he thought he played the man first. That was his impression. We're all looking down the same line. Fraser's adamant he got the ball, as all the players in the vicinity were.
Key moment, wasn't it? Penalties always are, but in particular this one, because you were starting to build some momentum, because a couple of minutes before that McLaughlin nodded wide at the other end.
Yeah, that's it, and key timing as well of it. We have come out and started the second half well, and you just want to build that momentum, and we didn't get the opportunity with the penalty going in, but it was that sort of day from the first few minutes when you lose Bailey.
What prevented Mansfield from getting really into their stride today?
Well, I think Wycombe were desperate for a victory, so I think once they got the goal, that settled them down a little bit, and it was very much then about containing us, which they did, but not enough good performances on and off the ball really today. I thought we had 5 or 6 decent performances, but it's not enough to win a game at this level.
Any other knocks to report?
Oh, well, I hope not. There's 1 or 2, played the first 90. Mac has played his first 90 minutes for a bit today, so we'll see towards Harrogate. We won't be risking anybody, obviously, on Tuesday, with such an important game coming up against Stevenage next week.
Is it one you just look back on and say, bad day at the office, write it off quickly?
Definitely. We'll look at it and we'll analyse it and do some stuff with the players this week on it, and just have a chat about why we're tentative early on and why we start as we did. The warm-up was very good, training's been good this week, So sometimes you're left scratching your head and say, well, second half, the way we started, that's how we want to play. That's how we played the majority of the season. Come on, get on the front foot and go and play. And that's why we'll be asking them why we didn't do that in the first half.
That's got to be a real frustration coming away from this one, unable to get under the bonnet of it.
Definitely, but sometimes you have to sort of leave it, 48 hours, let things settle, and then chat when we're a little bit less frustrated and a little bit less angry.
Tuesday night, Stags in action in the Virtue Trophy for the first time this season at home to Harrogate. How will you utilise that one in midweek?
Everybody, the subs will obviously all play today. We can't risk anybody with the injuries, but then we'll know a little bit more about Bailey and Luke Bolton by then. Carl McAdam's got a chance of being available for it. Oatsy and Deji probably a week or so too early, but they're not far away.
Thanks for your time as always.
Thank you.